Broadcasting live from Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome to the BallerAlert Show. I go by the name Ferrari Simmons.
I go by the name, BT.
Hey, man. DJ Hed in the building.
Hey! The West Coast is in the building, Rory. We don't even do snaps
Squabble
no
up.
more.
Squabble up.
Why do y'all niggas put y'all arms
Squabble
up
up.
like that?
Because y'all do the same thing.
Nah, nigga, that's no. I seen, you know what I just seen?
That's what y'all do.
No, bro. I just seen Ryan Coogler put that in his Sinners movie. And it was some niggas in white tees and they was doing this shit. And I'm like, bro, but why y'all do that every time?
I guess maybe I see Snoop do it.
No, yeah. But what you was doing earlier, no.
Like,
No. You was like this. Yeah, that. What the fuck is that?
because that's what them boys be doing when they do that walk.
No, only person that walk like that is RJ, Mr. LA.
Okay.
But he be doing his shit though. Like he be stepping.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's one of the most fascinating things on the West Coast to me.
What?
That walk.
Well,
Maybe
also
walking?
when people say West Coast, I don't want to say exclusive to LA. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? West Coast includes San Diego, the Bay.
So you
know,
have to say L.A.
or whatever part. It's
Gotcha.
like somebody generalizing Georgia.
For sure.
It's like, nah, like Atlanta niggas, as far as I know, Atlanta, like Decatur niggas ain't the same thing as,
West Side.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
same shit.
So I want to ask you a question. What are some hats to not wear?
Are you going straight in like
when you
that?
go? Yeah, I want to.
Because right now it's a picture going viral. This guy had on a shirt, and it has pictures of hats you should not wear in L.A.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is a Florida Marlins hat.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
You definitely can't wear an Astro hat.
What? Well, the thing
It's
is,
damn near every hat.
I mean, you can. You can.
What hats are okay to wear?
No, you
a
can
black LA hat, like you said.
You can wear anything you want to wear. It's just, you know, it depends.
Not
on,
a good idea.
It depends on where you are and who you run into. You know what I mean? Like we have certain community leaders that understand that you're from out of town and you're from Atlanta, or you know you might be from Florida and you might have on a Florida Marlins hat or Atlanta Georgia's hat, Atlanta Braves hat.
Atlanta Braves hat is okay?
And you might be somewhere where you run into a community leader, and that community leader will be accepting of your geography.
What about a Falcons hat?
On the other side?
Oh my God!
You can't wear a Falcons hat?
On the other side, if you run into some YNs that don't give a fuck about none of that, then you know you may or may not have to remove the hat. They might confiscate the hat, or you may not have to, you know, deal with certain politics of not knowing. So there's this thing. The misconception about LA, specifically LA, is like, oh, it's gang banging. It is that, but it's not about colors and stuff like that. Just like how y'all could tell what somebody owned based on their temperament, their demeanor, the way they walk. You know what I mean? You can kind of feel the energy. Energy is real. I don't know if you kids know that, but energy is real. But so when somebody is presenting a certain energy with the hat, therein lies a thing. That becomes a thing.
Then they kind of know.
Yeah, but you always get in a black LA hat.
So a black LA
Most
hat.
people like the black White Sox hat, which I never understood. That's something too, though. I would just, like me, I'm good wherever. I'm good with everybody. I still wear black LA hats. I'll have a purple and gold Kobe jersey, black LA hat. I'll have a blue Lakers throwback, black LA hat. I just wear black LA hats, just conditioning. So just growing up, I always wear black LA hats. This one is a Dodgers hat, but, you know.
Is that okay to wear?
A black?
That Dodgers hat?
Well, this one says Dodgers on it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So this is also like some limited edition shit. Like it got it's the Dodgers anniversary. This is like a limited edition hat. You know what I'm saying? Like this is some shit. But like, you know, you could, I would, for those who don't know, I would stick to black LA hats.
And
don't do brown, don't do red, don't do burgundy, just black LA hat.
And don't wear solid colors. Like I couldn't wear this.
You can.
Well, I mean, I could wear
It all depends on the energy of what you're wearing.
How are you presenting while you're wearing that? What is that? Is that orange?
This
like
is
orange red.
Fashion Nova.
It's a burnt. No,
What type of Fashion Nova?
What type of Fashion
I'm not
Nova?
wearing Fashion Nova
This-
today. Hey, it's Ferrari Simmons.
As you know, BT.
The BallerAlert Show. I'm just letting you know I'm dripped and dipped in Fashion Nova, man. You feel me?
Man, you already know what I got on Fashion Nova. Y'all keep asking me when y'all see my clothes. Y'all say, BT, where do you get your clothes from? Fashion Nova.
Hey, look, hat, shades, shirt, shorts, socks, underwear.
I keep trying to tell y'all,
Nova man.
Keep trying to tell y'all, it ain't the clothes that make the man. It's the man that make the clothes. You did what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Nova man. Evelyn, what's up?
And these 404, these the official 404 day shoe.
Peace.
Let me see.
And then I got stars. I got this.
Is that Fashion Nova too?
Yeah, this.
Damn,
Fashion Nova.
bro.
So
I
okay,
didn't see that on the timeline.
So could I wear this?
hold on, stand up. So look, right now you look fashionable. You don't look like you on no shit.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because you got
Okay.
the burnt orange and then you got the red, white, and blue. Like it ain't really.
He
Gotcha.
on some fashion
Yeah,
shit.
so you could probably walk down Melrose or something like that, or Fairfax, wherever y'all go when y'all visit LA, and
Yeah.
nobody would even say anything to you.
Oh.
Now, if that was like a bright, if it wasn't more, if it's a little bit more orange, and then you had on an Astros hat with it,
Oh no.
it might be
Oh no.
like it might be
Oh no.
cause for some.
I know that's a oh no.
See?
I'm not saying it's a oh no, it's a yes for certain people, but
I
you,
mean, but
you might not be akin to that energy.
right, because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, it's just you grow up knowing it.
Right. Okay. So, first and foremost, want to give you your flowers, man. Have a lot of respect for you as a person, a brand, an entity within the framework of what you do.
Thank you.
Want to say that on camera to you. I want to start from the beginning. How'd you get your start and how'd you get your name?
I started when I finished high school. I went to radio. I took radio broadcasting at community college because I'm like I want to be on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
I just knew I always had a voice. The homies used to make fun of me in school, like at 10th grade. Nigga, you got 2 kids and a mortgage because of the way my voice is already. You know what I'm saying? But
You got an announcing type of voice.
yeah, so I always wanted to be on the radio. Went to broadcasting school, or I took broadcasting classes at Cerritos College, but in school, like the homies just wouldn't call me Aaron. My government name is Aaron Drake. Ironically enough, that's like been a thing. But
Continue.
Yeah,
We'll get into that later.
but they just wouldn't call me Aaron. They like, nah, nigga, your name Head. Nigga, look at your shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, we wear the same size head. Yeah, but your shit shaped different. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna call you Head. And it just so I took the A out because like I'm a nerd. I'm a super geek.
Right.
Been good. I'm good at video games, right? Anybody want the Mario Kart fade? I'm on the Call of Duty. I'm on all that. I'm not good at the 2K. I'm not good in the rec. I'm the 6 man. So
I'm good at 2K.
yeah, I'm not the rec nigga. But back in the day, like playing video games, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, you know, when you get a high score, it's room for you to put 3 initials. So I just took the A out, put HED. So that's kind of like, I just kept my name.
And then when did you start DJing?
I went to college, got my radio certificate, and I watched like DJ Dance. He did legendary out there in LA. He DJ for the Clippers now. Him, DJ Cali, DJ Bad. I was watching them, and I was willing to learn the craft. But really, I was too like timid to fuck with it. My big homie Glasses, he was like, once he started getting motion, we was promoting him. He kind of got big in the city. He's like, look, cuz you finna be my DJ. I'm like, I don't know how to DJ. He's like, well, you the smartest nigga I know. You can learn how to DJ. So I took a year, taught myself how to DJ. You know what I'm saying? And my nigga DJ Cali bought me my first needles and my mixer, and I just was go to the club as soon as the club opened because I couldn't afford equipment. So my homies I'll just fuck their records up. Like, you know, when they getting sound check indoors, I just be fucking their records up until I learned how to blend and shit. Then one time I never told this before, we was doing a party in Long Beach, and I think it was the 20s and the Insanes that got into it. Like, that's just notorious. They all know each other. They related and everything. They got into it. Our DJ packed his shit and left. He was like, I'm out of here. Because they was outside throwing them, right? So, and nobody was shooting or nothing because they know each other. They all family. But I was like, my big bro, Pooh, he was like, DJ. I'm like, so I just start pulling vinyls and just start DJing the party. And
That was it. That was the start.
Races. Yeah, I started carrying crates for the homie DJ Cali. I couldn't afford a laptop shit. That Serato came later, but then I started learning how to DJ. And then eventually I got good fast, though, like a year and a half. And then I started DJing parties.
Now, a lot of people know you infamously now for your commentary in the Drake Kendrick Lamar saga. I call it a saga because it feels
It's definitely a saga.
Feels like a damn
I feel like it's
television
chapters
show.
to it, huh?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
you've
chapters.
definitely been one of the key voices on letting us know what's really going on. That's why I was talking to him when he was at the Black Effect podcast. I was like, hey, I know all the updates because of you.
Yeah,
That wasn't intentional.
you had very insightful, accurate information. So I feel like it immediately started putting you in spaces where very few people are at.
Correct.
Because now when people are coming to you for information and you're providing accurate information, now it gives you room for people to critique, judge, say, "Oh, fuck you," and give you your flowers as well. How did that? First and foremost, how did you get cool enough, or how did you get tapped in enough to provide all this information on Kendrick, or speak on what's going on your side of the country? Because it's kind of like you were speaking for him, not really, but really.
See, didn't I tell you that
You know
at
what
Black
I'm saying?
Effect? I said that at Black Effect.
Yeah, but the thing
But
is,
from where we're looking, we're especially in Atlanta. I'm not gonna speak for the entire city of Atlanta because what happens is Drake comes to Atlanta often, so he has ties in Atlanta with Future, with 21 Savage, with Thug, and stuff like that. So Drake, like our partner in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? So, but when he came to Atlanta or comes to Atlanta, it's cool.
yeah,
So he frequented here,
as it should be.
but Atlanta always it seemed like Atlanta kind of was like, wait, eyebrow
Put him on
up, what's
timeout.
going on?
Y'all put him on timeout.
No.
What do you mean?
No, we'll get to that, but I'm going to get to you because I feel like on your behalf, you were giving us updated, accurate information on K-Dot. How, why, if, when, what, but, like, how?
Well, these is the homies. Like, people
Okay.
think this ain't no industry relation. These are my homies. These are like my friends. You know what I mean? We came up together. Like, if you go back and listen to Ab-Soul's second project on TDE from 2010, I'm on a skit on that project. Like, me and Dot, we was on tour together in 2010. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's footage on the internet right now of us, me, him, Mixed by Ali. Like, we on tour together in 2010, like eating noodles and being broke together. Like, these is my friends in real life. These ain't like people like, oh, like a lot of people who took the other side is like fans and shit. Niggas that would never break bread with them in a day in their life, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Like, these is my homies. And as you know, like, the lineage where I come from, you ride with your homies. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
Good, bad, indifferent, wrong, whatever. I don't believe in that right or wrong shit that the street niggas always preach to me. Like, right or wrong, nigga, we riding together. I don't necessarily subscribe to that because that goes against my moral compass. But if it's not morality in question, these is my friends. These are my homies. I'm riding with I'm swinging for A&T. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. So for me, when it all cracked off, it's nobody was saying nothing. And it's like, bro, y'all know the homie, like, why nobody? And so I'm like, I was more surprised that I was the only one saying anything. That's where I was coming from. I wasn't even tripping on the fact that I'm being looked at as the guy. I'm just like, bro, y'all know the homie for real. Like, you know him. We all seen him sparring, freestyling the projects. We know this nigga can rap. We know what he does creatively. Like, and then on side of that, not to say it like that, but you know, like, California specifically has a reputation for being very disrespectful, because and if you dissect, I'm a music nerd too, so if you dissect it musically, most people gonna diss you or say something to you over some hip hop, like what Joey Badass is doing, right? They're gonna boop. The problem, and people can't figure out why the West Coast is so inflammatory and why it's so big when it happens, is because we gonna say some wild shit to you, and it's gonna be over some shit you gonna play in the club. That's the difference. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be over some shit that you gonna hear nigga, everybody gonna be singing it. It's gonna be a hook to it. You know, you gonna be a joke of it, whatever. So if you know that's where he come from, he's really from Compton. You know what I'm saying? Like, my homies is really his homies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, like, certain people not from him, but that's with him.
Got it.
You know what I mean? Like, these is like people I done been over there. I done DJ'd in the projects and Nellas and, like, you know, G Weeder, he in jail, but like Lil L, like, these is my real, like, I fuck with these dudes. You know what I'm saying? But them is the people that people's like, who are all these niggas on To Pimp a Butterfly? Like, but they not catching it, and that's how I got involved. It's not more so like,
You got involved by association.
it's not a thing that I inserted myself. I wasn't trying to do that.
That's already it's happening.
BT is your guy.
Yeah.
So somebody across the tracks, like, get on the internet, get on the radio station, on another radio station.
I'm standing with BT. I got you.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. Okay. But before that happened, though, I got you, BT. Was everything cool? Everything was love? Like, were we playing Drake? Were we listening to Drake? Were we supporting Drake? Okay.
I still play his records on my radio show right now.
Okay. That's why I wanted to ask.
I'm not one of them people who like is delusional. I play Nokia.
Okay.
Like I'm not.
That shit fire, by the way.
As a DJ, which y'all should know this, it's not about you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Most DJs, not most, a lot of DJs get on them turntables and get to playing what they want to hear, and it be 500 people.
Oh man, I hate that.
Bro, it's 500 people.
I hate that.
You gotta play what they want to hear.
That's some vain shit. I don't like that. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been DJing professionally since 2000. I would say 9.
Okay.
Right. I've DJed in Vegas, overseas, everywhere. I have never prepared a set. I've never prepared a DJ set. Like, I'm finna do this.
You go off of the vibe of the audience and the crowd.
That's why it was so hard for me to do radio, because I don't have a crowd to feed off of. So I had to I had to exercise a new muscle and just programming, right? Mm-hmm. Learning programming. But I'm a crowd reader. If y'all put me in any club in Atlanta, I'm going to go in there. It's going to take me about 20 minutes to figure out
what they own. And then once I go, because I'll go extreme over here, I'll go Miley Cyrus. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, not Miley. All right, I come up to Juicy. All right, Juicy. All right, that's this side. And I go over here. I go not like, okay, they ain't on that. All right, then I go up to, let me see, G Perico. Okay, y'all not on that. What about the drama mix? All right, yeah. So once I figure out my bearing, I'm locked in. Mm-hmm. That's how I DJ. And in Atlanta, just Future. If you play some Future, we lit. Go ahead.
I'm not one of them DJs who like just play like fuck him and all that kind of shit like that. So like that's not what I'm on. Now, if it was that, it could be that too. Okay. But that's not what I'm on.
Now, the thing what I'm most surprised about is like what you saying, like you were surprised by how nobody was saying anything. Do you feel like people wasn't saying anything because it kind of started off like a popularity contest? You know what I'm saying? Like because people was really kind of like, I don't really know how this is gonna go. You know what I mean? And when you start being vocal about it, you were the only person being vocal about it.
You got to think. I got in the field when it wasn't cool. Doc wasn't saying nothing. This after the push-up shit. I mean, this is why the push-up shit.
Push-ups was the only one at the moment.
And nobody had the record. You didn't have the record. I didn't. Nobody the only nigga had the record. So I'm like, well, if that's your, again, this is always.
Wait, wasn't it like that first?
Yeah. That came out, but he engaged.
And then he engaged.
So the thing is, it's like where I'm from. It sounds repetitive, but it's just that's the answer. The truth is the answer. Where we from, you don't like false flag. Like you don't claim to be something like BT was saying earlier about what I'm wearing. That ain't what I'm on. Like I'm just wearing a shirt. You can't false flag where we from. That's an automatic problem. And you gotta you know what I mean? So the way I'm looking at it, like if BT and Ferrari put out a diss record, but y'all the only two niggas playing the record or have the record, is it real? Why is it not? Why are you not putting it out? Where is the record at? And so that's where I was just, and I hadn't even talked to Dot at this point. This is just me speaking, just for me. Like, bro, if that's your record, put the record out. You know what I mean? And then when they started him and Ag and all them, they started to engage. It became a story, but I wasn't speaking on nobody's behalf.
Question: hindsight, looking at how it started, and do you think that it could have been resolved, or they could have squashed this before it got to Not Like Us and Family Matters and all that?
100%.
Do you wish that happened?
No.
Okay.
Because this got a chance for the homie to prove to the world what he really is. Because people always doubted it. Like, and also, not that they doubted his greatness. Two things happened. One is they finally had to admit their biases. This revealed a lot of biases into the world. It's like people just don't fuck with you. And that's okay. But I respect a racist white person who say they racist more so than I respect a nigga who don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I just have more respect for that because at least
you telling me where you at with
that's it. And where I'm from, authenticity is number one. Is protocol.
We talked about that.
Yeah. So I don't necessarily. So that's one thing. Is this revealed the truth of the matter? Then when I spoke to him, he concurred, and then you heard it on Euphoria. What I learned, he knew, but he didn't know. I've been saying this. If you go back, you can look on my Instagram and go back 2012. I got on West Coast shirts. I've been pushing the same. Go back, go talk to DJ AO when they first hired me at Real 92.3 in LA, 2015. I'm yelling, we need to be West Coast. I've been the same for the 20 years. I've been biased the whole time. I'm not anti anybody. I'm just pro us.
And ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So my thing is, one, it showed the biases, and then two, it showed the world is like, yeah, he's this artsy fartsy, esoteric black revolutionary, but he's still a nigga from Compton. And I think that's what shocked everybody. It's like, bro, this is when GNX came out. It's still Luther just came out. It's number one right now, still, right? When GNX came out, it's like, what is this? This is too LA. This is too West Coast. DJs calling me from all over. I ain't gonna say who it was. Y'all, we ain't fucking with this. As soon as it dropped, this shit too West Coast. Nigga ain't never gonna go. We ain't fucking with it. Okay. But what that showed to me is that you had a predetermined way of feeling. You feel a way already. Mm-hmm. And so what it does is it just reveals.
It just amplifies like all the naysayers of how they.
It's just like, bro, the South, Atlanta's been running shit. The South been having it their way 15 years plus, right? You can you can go to Dungeon Family, go to Outkast, you can go however far back you want to go, right? Nobody. I've never heard anybody say that something sounds too Atlanta. I've been doing this shit 20 years, literally 2005. Yeah, 20 years, 2005. So this will be my 20th year in the music business. And I've never heard anybody say this shit sound too Atlanta. Not one person. Have you?
Nope.
But have you heard the term too West Coast?
Yes.
I know. Because that's how niggas feel. That's okay. But tell me that's how you feel. You know what I'm saying? And so like for me, that's why I've been so vocal, because I've been, and me and him talked about it too. I've been yelling this for the last 20 years. Like, push our line, because that's what everybody else is gonna do. That's just what it is.
And I feel like even the whole situation has magnified the talent and the essence of, you know, what the West Coast is. I want to ask you though, do you feel like, depending on what neighborhood people are from, that kind of hinders with pushing the agenda of the West Coast music?
Do that hinder what?
Does that hinder like if somebody's from this neighborhood and you know this, they can't do music together because
100%. Our politics is probably number 3 on the list.
Gotta be number 1.
It's number 3 on the list from things that hold us back.
What's number 1?
Number 1 is demographics.
Okay.
Our demographic in not even in California, west of Texas. I mean, it all depends on how much nerding. I'm a nerd, so I study like migration routes, like Oregon Trail type shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you look at land masses, there's this graph on the internet where if you look at where the largest bodies of water are, that's where civilization settle, right? Because of agriculture and land development, stuff like that. Not that many black people went west because you couldn't afford. You had money to go west.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all stayed here. South, even the Midwest was kind of far. That's why it's called the Midwest, because they thought that was midway through to the West Coast, which is not. If you know where Chicago is, that's not even close.
That's not close at all.
You know what I'm saying? If you look at Ohio on 3-hour time, they were just like y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not middle of nothing. You feel me? So anyway, long story short, that's number 1 is our demographic. It's more Mexicans, Spaniards, etc., not black people. That's number 1 that hold us back, because you can't relate to that. And not to be like that, but white people came and stole that land from the Spaniards. And the Caucasians came and stole that from the Mexicans and shit like that. So technically that's their land. So when people be like, all this Trump shit, send them niggas back. Bro, y'all took it from them. You know what I'm saying? Los Angeles, that's not an American word. Santa Ana, that's not an American word.
Facts.
Our shit, all
that stuff down there is not.
It's not. That's Latin culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just different
San
things.
Diego.
Yeah, San anything.
Yeah, all those streets are not like,
For sure.
If you look at Texas, same thing. San Antonio. That's Latin culture. That's
For sure.
No white people was like, this is San Antonio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's deeper than.
Okay. So what's number 2?
Number 2 would be sound.
Okay.
Music. So West Coast music.
I do think that y'all music stays there, but I still like it though, because when I come there, it's
I love the West Coast
I
music.
like West Coast music.
Our
Love
music
West Coast
It's different.
So West Coast, quote unquote, traditional West Coast music. When you hear it, you don't know. People went like I got a lot of shit for being on DDG stream because I was talking about this shit, and he don't know music, and it wasn't a diss. He said he don't know music. I'm a music person first. So my problem is I often have music conversations with non-music niggas. Right. But the music, the sound, traditional West Coast music is a derivative of funk. right? Funk is bass
yeah,
lines,
facts.
bass lines and tempo.
Yep.
Funk music. Southern music is derived from blues, right? Which is why it's slow. Y'all think it's fast because all the producers produce in double time. Most of the producers, they produce in their Ableton, they Fruity Loops, they produce in double time. So if they say they play a song like Wicked is 79 BPM, it was produced at double that, as opposed to it being like if it's 80 BPM, it's produced at 160.
Sure.
You feel me? This is some nerd shit for the kids. But if you playing that song, and if you look in a DJ's computer, it's probably at 180 when it's really 79.
79.
You feel me?
Because I speed it up.
No,
But it's just produced in double.
Yeah, because
got you.
the hi-hats and the drums and shit move faster.
Facts.
So because Southern music is rooted in blues and West Coast music is rooted in funk, it's automatically segregated sonically. So when you hear a song, you say that sounds like a West Coast song. What makes you say that? It's always going to be the bass line. For instance, I was talking to Joe Budden, right? I said, Joe, has anybody ever told you that Pump It Up sound like a West Coast song? He's like, never. I said, I know. But Pump It Up is 105 BPM. So is a lot of these West
Not
Coast
Like
songs.
Us is what, 104?
Not Like Us is 100.
100.
Yeah. So, but when people hear tempo, now they automatically think that's a West Coast song. Ric Flair
Drip.
Ric Flair Drip is 100 BPM.
Mm-hmm.
Metro, he's a scientist, so he's good at what he does. But he produced, and I said this 8 years ago. I said the first person to make a trap song with rhythmic tempo, now I'm using radio terms, is going to go to the bank. Ric Flair Drip still getting played to this day, but it's a 100 BPM record producing with trap songs. Do that sound like a West Coast record to you? Not really, sonically, but it got tempo, which automatically is associated with West Coast tempo.
For sure.
And it translates over there better too, is
Correct.
what I realized. Because even when you looking at, like, I remember when I was in LA and I was listening to the radio, I was like, damn, man.
I'll be right back.
Okay. I was like, damn, man, I heard, like, I was in the car, I was like, damn, man, I done heard like 5 Chris Brown records. Then I get to Chris' house, I'm like, man, you all on the radio here. But I understand he's like an alien in what he does because he knows the BPM, the time length, everything that he did. And I'm like, I never thought that. I was like, I never would think that you thought like this. He's like, yeah, that's why.
He know.
Yeah.
But here's the secret though, and this is what I always tell people. You got Jermaine Dupri. JD is my GOAT, #1 on the list. Best of all time, right? JD, you got Dr. Dre, you got Timbaland, you got Swizz, you got Lil Jon. Who do you know can accidentally be successful for 30 years?
Nobody.
They know some shit.
They know something.
That's my point.
They know something.
Music, as much as people go in the booth and I'm finna freestyle and music is a formula, it's a recipe. And the best recipes is recipes that's been perfected and you cook that motherfucker over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
That's all this shit is.
Yeah, and I appreciate, like, I was telling Ferrari, I said, man, the things that most that's fascinating to me is longevity, right? Because even in the spaces that we're in, like, it's hard to be in this business for a real long time. And you see giants collide, like what you've seen with K-Dot and what you've seen with Drake, and these guys have been in the game for a long time. And I seen that Drake is pushing the envelope, that he felt like that record was like amplified against him to dilute, you know, his negotiation when he going to the label. You feel like that record was pushed the agenda to, you know, to dilute his.
The record is a jam.
That's a good record.
It's a slap.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when you make a slap.
Yeah.
Everybody gonna play it. They gonna meme it. They gonna post it. They gonna retweet it. Like, it's just a slap. It's not crazy. It's not this concerted effort to the demise of one individual. It's just that what I think was fanning the flames is that people don't want to come to grips with the reality of things. The reality of things is, hey, bro, we call it coming outside. You come off the porch, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I used to spend summers in Compton with my cousin Ian, and he lived on this street called Chester, and right next down the street is Southside Park. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pun. So it's Southside Park right there. I used to be afraid to go outside because I know I got to go to the park. But what happens is you can't just be over there all the time and not go outside. I think what happens is the more you get to stay inside, reality starts to shift for you, and outside don't become real. right? So I think what happens is the longer you stay, you up here, and you couldn't possibly fathom not being here.
Mm-hmm.
And so when that reality started, you go to the park and get your ass whooped. You like, but I'm here. No. You not here at the park.
Mm-hmm.
At the park, you a nigga who lost a fight. It's simple. It's not complicated.
You making a lot of sense. you making a lot of sense. But I do feel like these are two gigantic artists that like at some point could just come together and you know coexist.
I don't see that happening.
You don't think
you mean coming together like what?
I mean, not like we friends, but like in the sense of being like, you know, like I respect the battle, I respect your craft.
It could have been that way.
But you think it got too personal when people started mentioning family members
Absolutely.
and stuff like that?
Absolutely. Something that Glasses told me 15 years ago, because I'm a jokester. I do pranks on niggas. I'm that guy, right? I like to. I'm a funny jokester. And one thing he sat me down, he was like, look, cuz everybody ain't playing. I only had to be told that one time. Some people learn by putting their hand in the fire over and over again. I learned from watching other people crash. I don't have to crash. So for me, I only had to be told that one time to understand, oh, everybody ain't playing. So if somebody, if BT is telling me like, hey bro, like we gonna go outside and we can get to it, but nigga, don't pull my braids.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna it's called a friendly.
A friendly fade.
A friendly is reserved for people you have respect for, or you friends with, or you have a relationship with. That's what a friendly is, where I'm from. A friendly is not for an op or an enemy or somebody who is an offender, right?
Mm-hmm.
Offenders we call it getting packed or maxed out. There's no opportunity for retribution. There's no conversation. It's just when I see you, it's on, it's up, right? So that wasn't a thing. But if I offer you a friendly and then you shit on the friendly, now it's scorched earth.
Gotcha. Now it's like one of us getting packed out.
Now it don't matter what happened to you because I offered you the friendly. You offered me the friendly. I did the one thing you told me not to do, which is pull your braids during our friendly. Because a friendly, me and you go outside, we run the fair one, and then we go eat. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Man, that was good shit. You whatever. Mm-hmm. That's a friendly. You told me the only thing that's off limits, DJ Hed, is don't pull my braids. And I pull your braids, now it's no longer a friendly because you told me what the line was. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? So once I crossed that line, at that point, whatever happens, happens.
Now, what do you feel about all the stuff with you know, when you look at like the West Coast, right? Like when I see a lot of media, I see like a lot of, you know, people that are gang affiliated talking about certain things on camera and stuff like that. Like, how do you feel about all the stuff that's going on with like people getting locked up from doing, you know, podcasts and stuff like that?
I don't participate in it. One thing I always, since I started doing radio or broadcasting, I don't talk about street shit on the air. I don't interview street niggas about street shit. That ain't none of my business. I'm a non-affiliate. What am I doing talking about street shit? You know what I'm saying? Even when like certain things happen, like when Nipsey got murdered, right? People wanted me to have conversation. Like that ain't an on-air conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something.
Did you want to have a conversation, or you just knew? Nah, I'm not speaking on that.
No, it's no reason. It's no point. Because to me, again, I just told BT, like everybody ain't playing, and everything ain't content to me. You know what I'm saying? Like Rory got kids, right? That ain't content to me. No matter what happened in Rory's life, you ain't never gonna see me on the radio. It could be, nigga, his son got charged with this, or his nigga, he got caught cheating and he got a baby on the way over here, and everything ain't content to me.
Which would never happen, by the way, but go ahead. Love you too.
But I feel like you kind of take it like how we take it, right? So we had a conversation with Ray Daniels.
I like Ray.
And yeah, shout out to Ray Daniels. And
I meant to tell him
you know, okay. You know, academics and No Jumper felt a certain type of way about the things that he was discussing during our show.
He basically said, we can't talk like that in Atlanta because people are gonna pull up on you.
What was y'all talking about?
Well, we was talking about the fact that, like, you know, we feel like certain cities get away with a lot of stuff with like how people talk about certain stuff on it, you know, like we not street guys. So we don't feel the need we should be talking about certain things on camera. And that's basically what Ray Daniel was saying, like, hey, we don't do that here because we outside. And at some point,
you can literally go on my Instagram and know where I'm going to be at.
Yeah. We telling people where we at. Hey, tonight I'm going to be hosting here.
Talk about it. So people will pull up on you because we outside.
So who had a problem with that?
The people he mentioned academics.
And they said, what was the problem, though?
They basically said Atlanta has nothing going on.
Well, No Jumper basically said Atlanta had no media presence going on, and academics felt like that people, like media personalities, were scared to talk about like certain things. And he said,
but that's easy to talk. That's easy to say from people who don't be nowhere.
Yeah, that I feel the same type of way.
Have you ever seen that individual anywhere?
Nope.
Me either.
I mean, hey man, I wasn't even tripping on their opinion because I be outside. So I mean, I'm very easy to find.
It's not about being easy. See,
but this is my thing. Let me finish. I would say I'm very easy to find. Therefore, I make sure I'm very intelligent with the things I talk about, what I talk about, who I talk about, and the things that I don't touch on don't concern me. I mind my business, but then again, I still got to do my job. I do my job with as much respect as possible, and I know that there's like you said, everybody ain't playing, so therefore, certain things I'm not gonna speak on. Yeah. Period.
But also, it's not for there's this thing, right, where Glasses always talks about gangbanging and how people. I didn't get it at first either because I grew up around it. You know what I'm saying? I grew up on the east side. There's a lot of gangs over there, and I was a product of my environment. I never joined a gang, but I got in a little bit of trouble early on or whatever. But he always talks about like I thought gangbanging was about geography. And like, why would you claim streets you don't own? Like, I thought very linear. I thought very digital, like just black and white. And as I start to hang out with the homies more and understand different things, it's not about that. It's just your bond. It's your friend group. It's your commonality. But more importantly, what it teaches you is manhood and accountability. Because BT represents the BallerAlert show. Ferrari represents the BallerAlert show. So if BT jump out there and say, fuck them over there on the BallerAlert show, he represents the collective.
Facts.
Now, one person is responsible for the entire movement, right? So now everybody has to answer for this one person. People who never played Little League or who never played communal sports. I play baseball. I play basketball. People who don't go to the park, like I talked about. People who don't hang out or don't go outside or around humans in these ways don't understand that. That's what accountability, that's what manhood looks like. So, yeah, you can just fly off the handle and say whatever the fuck you want to say because there's no accountability staple to it. I agree. But also, you shouldn't waste your time articulating that to people who couldn't understand it anyway.
And that's why I didn't reply. I mean, once I saw that, I was like, okay.
He gonna crash.
I just okay, cool.
Shout out to Ray, but Ray is very much like, he's proud to be from Atlanta. He's proud, And Ray definitely, he was going up, and we was all supposed to have a conversation. We was gonna go to New York, have a conversation, sit down with Act, but it never happened. But
I'm fine. It don't matter to me. I'm cool. Like, I just feel like we gonna focus on what we focusing on, and we gonna.
And I feel like certain people do content the way they do content. I like being outside. You know what I'm saying? So
you are outside.
I'm outside.
Outside is you.
Yeah, outside is me. So if stuff don't pertain to me, ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't speaking on it.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's what I'm trying to explain. It's not about people can find you. It's just about moral compass and manhood shit.
Yeah.
Accountability.
Just accountability.
Yeah.
Just being a man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever
I'm not gonna say anything.
Whatever I have said about anybody, I would say to them. And
Facts.
I probably
100%.
I probably have already told them.
Facts.
Yeah.
Agreed.
1000%.
I always lead with that too, because I feel like when we did the R. Kelly thing, and I said I love Nick Cannon. That's my boy. You know what I'm saying? But shoot, I've been in settings where people play R. Kelly. It's cool. I'm not tripping. Well, I play it. No, that's just my personal thing. Everybody got their own personal thing. I have no problem hearing R. Kelly. I'm not playing. It's okay. Oh, that's just me, bro. I'm cool. And I ain't going out the way.
And there's certain people that enjoys the music.
Yeah. But it's
cool.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm cool. I just don't have it on my laptop to play it for you. So don't ask me.
That's cap. I think that's cap. I think that's cap. You don't have no R. Kelly in your laptop?
I don't.
Not a feature, not a song, a verse, nothing.
Something that he wrote, yeah. But if he's on it, no, I don't have it.
If he's on a song, you don't have it in your laptop.
I'll have to, yeah. If I
I would love to search your Serato for the word Kelly.
That's cool.
It's something in there.
Cool.
It's a feature or something. It's no way you have eradicated all R. Kelly from your Serato. You know how long it'll take?
Well, you just type in Kelly and then you do Control A and then you just hit delete. Type in Kelly in the search bar.
I think that's
Control A, delete.
That's cap.
Okay.
He call it cap.
I have my laptop on.
Go get it.
No, man. We got 5 minutes left.
See? All right, go.
We can do some BTS though. I have my laptop here.
It's all good.
I actually was DJing today.
Yo, Hed, would you ever consider going back to radio?
I do radio.
But
Sirius XM.
Yeah.
But format radio.
Oh, terrestrial radio. Yeah, I would consider it, but it would at this point if it's not syndicating effective immediately with Gina Views, I'm not interested.
One time for Gina Views, man.
I'm not interested.
Hey, man, she fine.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job.
Salute to Gina Views. Yeah, if it's not that,
You hold your own too. I like that.
I'm not interested.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing there for me outside of what I'm doing.
So with the state of radio in LA, how do you feel about how that's transitioning?
I mean, the state of radio is always going to be a love of mine. So I don't have anything negative to say about it, but I think like the state of it is always in crisis because the way that radio is done is traditionally archaic to me. It's just antiquated. It's no innovation. You got to think about it. Like even right now, 3 ways that radio used to lead in culture: concerts, records, and personalities. All the biggest personalities got their own shit. Right? Our biggest concerts are festivals now. Records, everybody get the record at 9:00 or midnight out here.
Mm-hmm.
So, radio's not doing anything.
Damn, it's 9:00 there.
Yeah.
Is it 9?
Yeah, we get the record at 9.
Okay.
We get it at midnight.
Yeah, we get the record at 9.
So y'all get it first, technically.
No,
nigga,
it's the same
it's
time.
The same time.
It's just different
You know
time.
how time works?
Oh, facts. My bad. I forgot. Duh. My bad. Brain freeze.
Yeah, the brain freeze. I
My
was
bad.
like,
I forgot.
But
9
yeah,
o'clock, 12 o'clock.
and the 3 ways that radio took charge, it doesn't take the lead anymore. So I would love to change those.
Because radio used to be the only source for a very long time.
I like the internet for leveling the playing field, but at the same time, radio has to adapt to the times, not the other way around.
I always said that.
We have to go to where the people are. You got to meet people where they at.
Because
You can't expect people to come to you.
Before it used to be newspaper,
print,
television, radio. That's it.
That's it.
And then technology took over.
Yeah.
And if it ain't on this right here,
Now everybody got an app. Everybody got a streaming service. So
BallerAlert got an app.
I just think
yeah.
that right now is radio missed it, but there's a point in time where it's gonna be too late.
I just think something's gonna buy radio and it's gonna be a big merge one day.
you think so?
I see Amazon buying iHeart.
I see Cyrus, whatever it is.
Sirius
Sirius XM.
I mean,
Buying what?
radio.
Buying what radio?
I think
All of
It's
it.
gonna be some type of merge.
no.
It's
I
gonna be
think
something.
Sirius is
Apple Music. Something's gonna happen where it blends.
Apple don't give a fuck.
Well, yeah, Apple have their own radio.
Now they don't.
But I think what Sirius XM is doing, what they did with Alex Cooper, is something that I feel like is a game changer. So Alex Cooper has a podcast, a Call Her Daddy podcast. They gave her $100 million to acquire her podcast to be, to have them to, be the new house for.
Yeah, but it's just distribution at that point. But radio is never going to go anywhere because it's a free medium.
It's a free medium.
And every time you have a free medium, it's always going.
How do you make it entertaining enough to get more listeners, though?
I think the people in power, the people in power need to get innovative and stop being afraid of change before a check. Like everybody is in survival mode. I get it, but at the same time, you evolve or die, and I think it.
Evolve or die.
Mm-hmm.
I think the lack of innovation is where you go to die. Like for me, I always make people make a decision. I fuck with him or I don't fuck with him because indifference is where you go to die.
Yeah.
If it's like, oh, he cool, I never want to be, oh, he cool. I either want you to fuck with me or don't fuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, I got a positive. There's some science, but I got a positive charge or a negative charge. I need a proton or a neutron out of you. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
One of the two.
All right, well, listen, man, we appreciate you pulling up on us, brother.
Lakers in 7.
Lakers in 7 before we go?
Yeah. It's always
Wait, when this episode? Yeah, this episode comes out before.
Because you said
before it's over.
off camera, you said you made a certain prediction, and you said this prediction is going to be accurate as well.
I trust my intuition, and most of the time I'm shooting from the hip. But I'm never gonna not say Lakers.
Okay.
My biases are one of my biases.
What about the Clippers though?
I fuck with the Clippers.
Okay.
They not there right now, but
So you don't think they can beat OKC if they get past the Nuggets?
See the Nuggets, bro. I really don't fuck with them niggas. I fuck with Denver. I just don't fuck with the Nuggets. And you're not even all of them. I don't fuck with Jokic. I just don't like him.
He always giving.
I don't like
he
him.
always giving.
And I said this on.
I just don't like his style. Him and Paul Pierce are the worst.
I said this on the
styles
bigger
of play.
picture, bro. It's
Sorry,
not about
Paul
his
Pierce,
style.
I'm sorry.
I said this in the bigger picture. I just don't like that Jokic is just not. He don't give a fuck about basketball. Like he play basketball. He race horses. He don't give a fuck about like
The culture of the game.
He don't give a fuck about nothing.
Yeah, it's like after the season's
I'm
over,
good at
he's
this
like,
shit.
he's
I'm
like,
here.
yo, I'ma holler at y'all. It's
got
almost like
you.
he don't even want to be there.
I'm good at this shit. I'm here.
Yeah.
When it's over, peace.
It's no finesse. It's not like now. I said this before, but I totally understand why people don't like Kendrick because it's a lackluster approach to being a superstar. It's like he don't like Dot. Don't even give like you watch the Squabble video. He's just like he rapping and shit.
He don't do interviews.
He don't give a fuck. That's how Jokic is.
He don't do interviews no more.
That's how Jokic is. Jokic don't give a fuck. He even celebrate with the team with the chip.
When they won that chip, I remember that.
Like he just whatever.
Like,
Like
You see, I think he talked about his horses.
But that's what I'm saying.
He's I'm ready
It's
to
the
get back
same
to
thing.
my horses.
It's the same thing. When I talked to Dot after the whole shit, he like, man, whatever. Like, what's up? Like, what we doing? Like, he didn't even give a fuck that he like. I'm like, nigga, you won. He like, man, whatever. Like, he didn't even give a fuck. That's why I don't like Jokic. So
Last question before we go, because I think we over time. Do you think that nah?
I already asked him that.
Oh,
What?
will they ever be friends?
Yeah.
No.
He
Well,
said-
no, I wouldn't say never. I don't see it happening. That's my own personal thing because we discussed it. But
Yeah. He said
cool.
got too. He said they got too personal. Yeah.
Yeah, once kids and all that shit get involved, it's already done. All right, well, listen, man. Tell people how to follow you one more time, my brother.
Hit me everywhere at DJ Hed. Make sure you check in with Effective Immediately on that YouTube, that podcast, that radio show. Everything Effective Immediately. Just search my name, DJ Hed, Effective Immediately.
And when we come to LA, we coming on the show, right?
All black LA hat. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna wear all black.
What if I wear like a Rari hat? I could just wear a Rari hat?
Yeah.
Cool. That's what I do every time I go to LA.
I don't know, man. New gangs pop up every day in LA.
Rari?
It's gonna be a Rari gang.
I don't think so.
Yeah, all right.
Damn.
How many? Listen, I think we talking about geographically. I think when I looked, I think it was like over 50,000 gangs or something like that. That's
I don't know the number, but it's a lot.
like a lot, bro.
You just don't ever want to get locked up in LA either. Lord Jesus.
Squabble up. Squabble up.
Hey, man. Ball alert. Peace.
BallerAlert.